The college years are obviously transitional, and there's a lot of forces pulling students in a lot of different directions.
I'm in my 30th year as a coach, and these kids are smart. And I do think they're looking for something more so than any other generation I've dealt with.
Why people walk through the door of St. John's is because they're searching for more. And for me personally, I was just tired of the life I was living.
My life before I found St. John's, I was pretty much lost. I struggled a lot with drugs, partying. I ended up in jail a few times. I was just so lonely. I walked into St. John's and I knelt down and I sobbed. In that moment, I knew that my life needed to change.
I just remember walking into St. John's and looking around, and it was the first time in my life I really witnessed people my age engaged in their faith. So I looked around and I was like, wait, they have something that I want, because they were really joyful, they were really free, they were really loving. From then on, I was like, my life will never be the same.
Well, I think my time here as a student was instrumental in really my faith. I really credit Father Bob, who was here for a long period. He made a quick connection with me that lasted from the time I was 17 till my age today.
I got here the first year Father Carey did, and the way that he loves his students and the way that he is willing to do anything for the St. John's community, it trickles down to everyone else. I love that man. He's a hoot and a half.
One of my goals as a priest on a college campus is help young people find the joy for living.
He does a really good job with every single person that walks through the doors of St. John's. He makes sure he knows their name.
St. John's, the community, is a giant family. It really is.
I would just describe it as a place where everyone's welcome.
Like, we have all these things that people can come and be a part of.
It's a very comforting feeling to know that your child is doing good things and hanging out with good people.
That's their fraternity house. It's their second home. It's where they play intramural sports. It's where they study. It's where they pray. It's where they've met their spouses. It's where they've learned what it's like to be loved by God and loved by their neighbor.
I know a lot of students travel from, different states, and they have nowhere else to be. St. John's is a home to a lot of people, including myself.
You can just see it kind of radiating through our community. People love St. John's. It's a huge blessing to be a part of it.
St. John's has been doing wonderful campus ministry since 1965, but that means these buildings are old. And that means these buildings were built for a much smaller school and a much smaller Catholic population.
We have a world-class campus, world-class football stadium, world-class education. We're this little brown building with a worn-out roof and 37 leaks. I never want a student to feel that when they show up, it's embarrassing. Well, you can't get past the baptismal font in a wheelchair. You can't use the bathrooms in a wheelchair. It's a dated building. It doesn't meet our ministry needs. It doesn't meet the needs of the students who are coming in here.
Our classroom isn't big enough. We don't have enough Bible study rooms. And even at Mass, we have to add chairs because we've outgrown the parish hall.
It's so small, and immediately right after Mass, we have to get rid of all those chairs and immediately put up these tables so that students are able to have dinner at the same time. And you're having Mass and you can hear the kitchen.
We're gonna build this awesome, world-class, beautiful student center. So this endowment we're also putting into it is to keep this place running. So as we're asking people to participate in this mission that we have here at St. John, we're also asking, help us with the future too.
So many facilities we use and programs we're involved in, we are benefiting from the work of people who came before us. I was a student there 35 years ago, and I just took it for granted. And it's our turn to step up and provide that for the generations that follow us.
It's going to be reaching people, not just this year, but 100 years from now.
We tell one another how important something is by what we invest in. We call our campaign Building Saints for the Kingdom, because what we want to offer to these students is the best thing we have to give them, life in Jesus Christ. The opportunity that is before us as we build this large new student center and chapel is that the campus at Oklahoma State University will notice. because we're right next to the football stadium. We're right in the heart of the campus. And so I urge you to join with me in supporting this campaign. It will be the best opportunity we will have to influence tomorrow.
The impact is enormous at St. John's. You're basically investing in the youth who will be our leaders for the future.
You don't build it if it's not growing. You don't build it if it's not on fire. You build because there's something good about what's happening. People want to give to something that they're going to see and it's going to make a difference for a long period of time. Well, I think that's what we're given for.
Right now, you walk by St. John's and you can't even tell it's a Catholic church. The new one, it'll be obvious that it is a gorgeous Catholic church, and who knows what will happen if you just walk through those doors and get to meet the St. John's community.
What we already do really well is we invite people in. And with a new church and student center, it will just amplify that. It'll just raise up what we've already been doing, what the students naturally are doing. There's a lot of momentum behind this. This is going to happen. This thing is going to be here on this corner for the next 500 years.